today, kind of a difficult day to choose in which word in English I want to change. Usually I'm much more prepared than I am today, and I kind of was going back and forth with ideas, ended up kind of just deciding to go away from several, which I almost always am like, oh, that's an idea in my head. Let's just do it because we have to do so many of these. But we're getting down to the wire where there's not a lot of mandatory word changes remaining. And what I've ended up on, it's not like it's anything that's super dramatic or significant more than what I normally do, I guess. But what I decided to do is rain. The rain that is spelt disgustingly with a E, an I, and a G in that middle section. And, I mean, we already have rain, as in what comes from the sky, and I don't like when we're reusing words, and especially if when we reuse them, we just do disgusting things with the letters to try to form the pronunciation that ends up not making sense even. So even though, like, the concept of raining is kind of cool, I just think that it would be better if it changed, and I have a variation that I would like to propose, which is ovool. And ovool, I think, is kind of cool, and it's kind of like you overrule people all the time, and you rule over them when you reign. And so that's why I'm thinking we go to ovool. It also kind of makes me think of O'Doyle rules, or it's like O'Doyle ovools if they were like the leaders of the high school or town or whatever in the movie. So yeah, I can still say rain as in precipitation, but rain to rule over something is gone from my vocabulary, gone from English for me, I hope for the rest of you as well. And that's what we got for today. Let's move on to Whip's picks. The song of the day is Miracle by Bad Omens. And I just released the OG Groove Group with Gav on the Death of Peace of Mind album by Bad Omens. And they were a band that Gavin was starting to get excited about. He heard a couple songs, including the title track of this. And we both thought they sounded very interesting and decided to do a deep dive on them with the Groove Group format. And we were super pleased that we did because this album was spectacular. This is the final track off of it that really wraps everything up. I'm not going to talk about it extremely extensively because that's what the Groove Group is for, but it was a song that I related to extremely heavily. It has so many different musical elements all just like converging at once as the song goes on. Draws a lot of similarities between things. It also brings out a sense of real desperation and struggle. And it's one of the most Lavuly-ful songs that I've listened to in such a long time, especially in the context of listening to all the songs that came previous to it. And I was just absolutely astounded and in awe of this song. I really loved it. Would listen to the rest of the album before you get to it, or just watch the Groove Group. That's probably the best thing to do. And was blown away by this. I think this band will be amazing going forward. Great stuff. The video of the day is not going to get nearly that shining of an endorsement. This was actually also sent to me by Gavin. It's a Karen just like freaking out at Walmart. And I feel like if you've seen this once, you like have seen all of them. But she does really lose her shit, really get way too angry for, I assume, basically nothing. I'm sure there's not really going to be anything habagooing in this video to just about anyone, but the extent at which she loses her shit is impressive. I was going to tie it into my word change that I was planning on, that I switched up. There's nothing too special about this video, and it just kind of like kills a lot of my hope in humanity. So I don't really plan on doing a lot of these, but now there's one of just like the worst humans there is, and some people that just... you can't really even help at some point. Alright, that's it for the Daily Do. Peace out.